Not used to seeing that angle, right? Well, I just want to say thanks for tuning in to Indian Trace. You're going to have fun with this. This is funny. Listen to this, though. Now remember, Henry David Thoreau said that if we follow our inner genius close enough, it'll show us a new prospect every hour. Think about that. And it's true. I went out Saturday morning here, and I got a bunch of rocks in my sack. I mean, to tell you. But just about every one of them, and they're fantastic artifacts, fun stuff. I'm going to show you in a different way here. I'm going to lay them just right down here. I'm going to sort of do it in a style I saw one of the guys out there do it, from a bowl, and share them. But interesting day, because here on Indian Trace, most every single one of them are going to find a home somewhere else. So keep a sharp eye and take a look at these, because these would have originally sort of gone in my koi pond, what have you, but no longer. So I'm going to try to do this in a fun way. Now, I came in, this is the sack, and rocks in my sack, I came in with it full, and that means it was a good morning just to get out and see what I could find over in Crystal Beach. See if I can do this gently. It sounds, trust me, it sounds a lot harder than it is. And I've had some guys get on me, oh, you're going to chip them, oh, you're going to mess them up, or be careful. Hey, listen, this stuff is expendable resource. It's precious, no doubt, but it's precious to the millions and billions of artifacts. Look at this. Billions and millions of projectile points, which still I don't think our modern minds have quite grasped the amount of stone tools that are in the earth, accumulated with multiple and multiplied thousands of years of production. Now, let's take a look at what I found today. I mean, look at this. Fun stuff, right? Whew. Pile of rocks right here. Came from a sack of rocks. It's good stuff. Now, look at this. I'm going to try to just grab them. Not really in the order that I found them, but just in checking them out here. Looking like good light here. This piece is funny. I found it over at Backcountry. Nice piece. Now, it seems to me they were working this piece, and as you can see, there's this stack, as you guys call it. Got stubborn. They didn't seem to be able to get it off. I think they got upset with it and threw it aside, threw it away. Yep. Maybe they just didn't like the rock and they got frustrated with it. I would have done it. I would have been like, well, the heck with this rock, and thrown it aside. And hey, it happens, you know. But it's a nice artifact nevertheless. And it's a big one. Look at this point. I found this on my way out. Don't know what it could have been. A big blade of some type, but it's thick as can be, as you can see this. Don't mind my focus. I'm going to try to stay at one distance so I can shore it all up. Another great piece. Another great artifact. Alright, let's see here if I can get this focus set. Man, my time's already rolling by. Look at this. This was on film, but cleaned up. Sugar quartz. Looks to me a Guilford just missed. It's got its edges going on. There we go. Happiness. There's rocks in your sack, right? So, I mean, it was fun collecting all this stuff. I thought for sure I was going to come upon a smoker and be able to maybe film a whole lot more of this. But it's fine. You know, that's the way it works out. Look at this material. Rhyolite work. This is what I'm bringing up. So, a lot of you guys out there, you see a lot of the smokers that I find. And I have a video following this, which is going to be, it's going to be unique. You got to tune in. The next video is going to be sweet. It's a 4-week coverage of some smokers. But look at that material. Rhyolite. Wasn't going to work out for anything, I guarantee. They just pitched it aside. Look at this big quartz. Crystal Beach quartz. You're going to find this stuff right here. That's Crystal Beach quartz. That's why I call it Crystal Beach. Found this up there. The scraper was on there. Cleaned up. Of course, it's a gorgeous scraper. Would have done well to remove the tallow from the skin of any varmint, any critter that they found. That's what they were doing, man. They were living. All right. Some of this stuff I hadn't seen in a while. Now I cleaned it up real quick and threw it back in the bag so we could look at it clean. Basic stuff right here. I don't mean basic by basic. I mean to find the North American Indian artifacts in the ground and search them out and find your sites is big deal. It's a big deal. But I like to try to keep the mind frame that they had. Look at this point. I think it just missed there. It looks like they worked hard to do something with it, but I don't think that's new. But that would have been a strong and durable shape. I mean, look at that. That would have been an awesome point. I think there's a vein going through there, like Rob you were talking about, and it just gave way there. That would have been sweet. I like that altogether. Anyway, let's get through this stuff. We've got a great selection of points. Look at this little guy. Made out of a flake for the most part. That's flake down there. Just good artifacts. Finding some bases. Smoky quartz. Little Guilfords. A lot of artifacts found today. And it's exciting. Because like I said, when I go out and finding artifacts, I know there's a lot of great people out there that literally cannot hunt anymore and are suffering from health issues and what have you. That's a nice point, isn't it? Interesting. Look at the base on that. Much longer. Don't know what you call those. And so because they are, and they love the North American Indian, they love the artifacts that you can find, like this stuff. This is not just materials. I mean, this is quality stuff. For a day out, I mean to tell you. It makes for fun. But look at this. My focus. Oh, look at my time. I'm not going to make much longer here. Yeah, it's good to see this stuff, though. Just pulling it up. How long? 2.5 hours. You know, getting out there. And I have another place I really want to go tomorrow, far and away. Those are great materials. We've just had a lot of rain, man. We had 5 inches of rain. Here's a point. In 48 hours, just a day ago, which would have equated to 3 days altogether. But, oh, little quartz working out. Look at those, came from the same place. Anyway, I don't want to take too much time, and I'm seeing my time just bleed. But look at these. More material. You're not going to leave it there. You pick it up and say, yep, somebody's made something happen with that stuff. Look at this. Fun stuff, though. Sort of taking you through being out there in the field and just, can you imagine? It's rich land. You know, I was telling somebody in response that, check this point out, that I did take a huge amount of time in the first year, huge, you don't want to know how many miles, to ID my sites and to know them well. Now that I do, I can really be surgical in going out there and finding, that's a crazy material. Sort of volcanic. Can you believe that? I mean, look at that thing. Well, look at all this stuff. And of course, they got some great pottery here. How's it made here in North Carolina? Hard. Not brittle at all. Hard as a rock. It's usually two-tone. I would say it's late archaic, late and early woodland pottery here in North Carolina, doing a little bit of the homework on it. Don't study it much, not close to as much as Jonesy or someone, but you can see this is tempered with sand. The pottery, it's worth it. Pick up those pieces. And this is the piece here that did feature on the video before, Brown Beauty. And it is great. It's a little brown rhyolite, and it's beautiful. I mean, you can't beat that for a pouring, can you? I can if I can get the flat-out focus going. Everybody, this is Indian Trace, and this is what I just went out and had some fun finding, and I like that point. I can hold on to it. I'll put that with that. And just say, hey, thanks a lot for tuning in to Indian Trace. Of course, throughout the winter here, I hope you can find a place and go out and find some stuff. I'm going to look forward to finding places to find this place a home right here, this stuff a home. Appreciate you tuning in. And that right there, wow, that's Indian Trace.